Well, welcome back to another edition of The Morning View.
That was weird. Was that normal for you?
What? It was normal for me.
Oh, it was weird. The music started and then the whole screen just paused, but the ticker was going on. So I was like, this is live, but it's stuck. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Just a little bit like Man United in front of goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Little bit like Man United with the XG. It's stuck. Yeah, there you go. Ruben Amorim, the message is very clear. The message is very, very clear. He is basically telling us to back him or sack him. He is telling Ineos, I will not change. I won't change what I'm doing. I won't change my principles. I won't change my methodology. I won't change my formation. So if you want that changed, you need to change the man. Don't shoot the messenger. This isn't for clicks and likes. This isn't, oh, you're doing it again. The manager said this. So it leaves Ineos with big decisions to make with regards to how long they keep sticking to this vision, this plan, this process that they do believe in Ruben for, which they obviously do because he's still in place, versus when they put a stop to this, when they abort this mission and say, right, this isn't working, we need to go in a new direction. Also, maybe naively of me, but the manager's also saying, I'll change when I want to change. So when's that then? Is that when we're rock bottom, with hardly any points, or when we've gone 4 games without a win? When is that when he would change? So it's all up in the air. And the fans obviously are, I'm not going to say divided, but there's a lot that think one thing and a lot that think the other. So I suppose it is a form of division. Let me know what you guys think. Is it time to back Ruben Amorim and buckle in like you're at Fort Park, draw it down, lock it in on the Nemesis Inferno? Yeah. Or is it time to flip him, leave this thing? And it's never going to work. Let me know what you guys are saying. Big show, big quotes. And just, you know what, Owen? After such a crap game, you said it, didn't you? You said, well, you're either going to get the Ruben of, I'm leaving, or this is not for me, or you defend the players, or you get this, which is, I'm not changing. They'll have to sack me, mate. Like, you know what I mean? You get it.
I was reacting in real times to the quotes yesterday during the full-time view. And I mentioned it. I've reached that phase, when it was like this under Ollie and it was like it with Eric, when they come out after the game and they say what they always say right after the game. And you just go, I'm just really tired of it, to be honest. Like when we were losing under Eric and he'd come out and he'd go, it's part of the process. And you go, Eric, I'm just tired. I sympathize with the person in the chair to an extent, because what are they going to say? There's nothing really they could say come out that's going to make me feel better, because what I've just seen is rubbish. But I'm kind of just tired. I'm tired of, like, after the press conferences, Ruben coming out going, look, I'm not going to change. It's my philosophy, whatever. It's like when Ollie, fine margins. Yeah, but we lost, and in fairness, under Ollie and Eric, it was never as bad as this. You know what I mean? In terms of he's won, was it 8 games in the Prem since he's come in, Ruben? And it's not good. It's not good. But I tell you what is good, Flex, is feeling good about yourself, feeling optimized, feeling energized. And here's how.
Today's video is sponsored by our friends at Oxford Natural and their all-new natural supplement, Optimum Day and Night. Thousands across the UK, USA and beyond are smashing their health goals with Oxford Natural. Optimum Day gives you steady energy, curbs your cravings and keeps your metabolism firing all day. Optimum Night helps you relax, get restorative sleep, recover and keep burning fat while you rest. It's not a magic pill, but it will help you reach your health goals. Check out some of the incredible results. 2 of our own. Owen lost over 100 pounds in 10 months and KG dropped 30 pounds in 4 months. In 8 months, football legend Michael Owen lost 35 pounds and Robbie from AFTV, Don Robbie, lost over 80 pounds. And in 6 months, Anita, an award-winning immigration lawyer, lost 44 pounds. And Linda, a law firm executive, lost over 50 pounds. No gimmicks, no needles, just results. Oxford Natural, let's get to work.
Yes, unlike Manchester United, their system and their midfield, you can be optimized. You can have your optimum day, which is helping with your weight loss goals. Your optimum night can help with your restorative sleep. A brand new and improved formula. You can scan the QR code throughout this video right there. Links to the video description is pinned in the chat. You can use the code UV. You can subscribe and save up to 70% off. Do it now. Yes, Fleck. Yes, Fleck. I mean, these quotes. Should we get into these quotes because
do we have to?
Pretty. Well, let's end the show.
We have to do the news because Owen, I don't like the news, so I don't want you to do the quotes.
No, exactly. Yeah, obviously the real big one was.
It's always that picture. Why did you put that picture? It's always that one.
Yeah, it's
always in the rain or rubbish.
Sorry,
sorry, I'm annoying today. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he even had on his jacket. That was annoying me during the game.
Yeah, it's like chalk or stuff.
Yeah, I'm not sure what it was. But anyway, he was asked about obviously his philosophy and what have you. He says, "I will do everything I can for Manchester United. This is my message to the fans. I'm suffering more than them." Which, to be honest, I think actually did rub people quite the wrong way yesterday. Going to be like, "Don't say you're suffering more than me." You know what I mean?
That annoyed me as well.
Having to watch this shit every week. He also said, "I won't change my philosophy. If they being Ineos, want it changed, you change the man." And that led to a lot of people going, "Well, change the man then." Because it's basically going, "Look, I'm not going to change. If you want to change, if you want this to change, you have to change me." Some damning stats from yesterday. Ruben Amorim has the worst win percentage of any permanent Man United manager since the Second World War.
Oh, for God's sake.
Right.
No, I haven't seen that one. I haven't seen that one.
Look at it. I mean, and it's not even like for all of the people that are going like, well, Sir Alex, you'd have sacked Sir Alex, or, with Ten Hag, like Ten Hag and Solskjaer, Mourinho, and even David Moyes, it wasn't bad as this. Like it wasn't. This is just. It's not even comparable. If anything, if I was only going to Solskjaer like David Moyes, Eric Ten Hag, and I was even getting compared to this, I'd be pissed off. I'd be like, I was bad, but I wasn't that bad. Ruben Amorim, you can see here with just 4 points in 4 games, which was the average in the Premier League for us last season. Under Amorim, a point per game. This is Manchester United's poorest start to a league season since 1992 to 1993. We did actually win the league that season, but we got 4 points out of the opening 4 matches under Sir Alex Ferguson, as Opta describe it there. Misery. When about this record, that is like really, really bad at Manchester United. He says, "I accept it is not a record that you should have at Manchester United. There are a lot of things."
What does this bit mean? What does that mean?
There are a lot of things. You have no idea what has happened, but I'm not going to change my philosophy. I play my way, and I'm going to play my way.
What is that bit there? There has been a lot of things that you have no idea what's happened. Are you trying to allude to some stuff more serious? Like, honestly, I was promised like all this money. I'd like, what does that mean? What are you trying to say there? Like you just don't know what happens behind the scenes here. You have no idea how difficult it is. Like, are you pleading for some sympathy with the situation? Again, it's ambiguous, right? It leaves it open to like, well, what does that mean?
We spoke about this the other day. Like Ruben Amorim, as I said, last season was on a point per game in the Prem, and we finished 15th, worst Premier League season ever. 4 games into this new season in the Prem, not even all comps, right? Let's forget the Grimsby game. That didn't happen. 4 games into this Premier League season, we've got 4 points after 4 games. We are still at a point per game. If you'd have said at the end of last season, this is the worst season ever in the Prem, and your next season is going to start with your worst one in Premier League history, you would go, well, nothing's changed then, clearly, has it? There is a graphic that Dylan and the guys at United District that I wanted to show this morning. I don't know if you've seen this one, Flex, as well. Look at this. These are when Man United have won games under Ruben Amorim, right, since he took charge. 0 in November, 2 in the December, 2 in the January, and then since then, we haven't even been doing more than 1 a month. Since January, we have not been able to win more than 1 Premier League game in a month. How bad is that? That is shocking. I mean, these are like, when I go back to, and this isn't like revisionism of saying, oh, Eric Ten Hag was good or Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was good, because it wasn't good, but it also was better than this. We are worse. We are getting worse. We are not improving. And for those that are saying that, XG and we've had shots, and yesterday we had more shots than Manchester City, we lost 3-0. We lost 3-0, and we are not winning more than 1 game a month in the Prem. That is shocking.
When you see it laid out like that, when you see it laid out,
form.
yeah, when you see it laid out, you go, what are we even talking about and arguing amongst ourselves?
Yeah.
Like, what are we even discussing here?
Yeah.
How is there when you see that laid out in front of you, how is that the discussion of what? Oh, and if I said to you, yeah, I don't know why the theme parks are just in my head because I just said that thing. If I said to you, we're at Fort Park, you're going to get on this ride. It's got 25% chance of being safe and going back round the thing and you get to the end and you have a good time. I'm going to give you 25% as I'm strapping you in, as I'm saying, coming on the Nemesis, just to let you know, it's got 25% of making it round. Go on, get him. Go on. Are you going to get on that? Are you going to get on that and believe in that? Like, it does
absolutely not.
31 31. This is just the Prem. 31 games. We've won 8. And actually, when you break down the 8 as well, not that you should even do that because it's single digits. It's shocking, by the way. But when you even break that down for the statisticians, however you say the word, yeah, it's shocking because that was basically the breakdown of the 8, what we just saw on the slide before. So
yeah,
it's just it's disgusting what's going on. Like, it's so bad. I like, because it's so bad at Man United, it has been for ages. Like, so who'd you get then? You can't just change again. You can't do this.
No,
Because what you're saying is, again, I said it the other week on Sky after Grimsby, because that was in August. I said, oh, it's the 19th of August, whatever the date was. We've got to throw away the season now. Fast forward another month. I'm now going back on there, going to be saying, it's the 15th of September. You're telling us to write the season off. That's what you're doing. People are hanging on to the thing that the season's only 5 games old still. You're hearing the same sort of spins, the same sort of XG's high, and it's only 5 games. We'll see for the rest.
Well, we're still X amount of points off top 4,
yeah,
top 5, you know what I mean? And look at, like I said, look at us. Frank, bless him, 5 games in a row we have to win for him in all comps. Like, we're barely winning 1 a month in the Prem. Like, exactly. 1 a month. We haven't won, as it proves that we haven't won back-to-back Premier League games under.
He should change his thing to that. He should change his thing to win 1 game a month for 5 months.
Yeah,
and he still wouldn't cut his hair,
or win back-to-back Premier League games. He still won't cut his hair.
Actually, just win 2 in a row. If he did that, he would literally still have the same hair.
Yeah,
he'd have the same hair, Owen, just to win 2.
I know it's great, and like, this is like, there's no way to dress it up. We are in relegation form. We were in relegation form last season. We have started this season off in relegation form. If it stays as is, we get about 40 points this season. That is literally, we are in relegation form.
Big up Tony there, actually, just on that post. He says underneath it, he goes, Tony says, it's embarrassing. Last season, I could at least make sense of it somehow. But it's just not getting any better after the inevitable Chelsea loss that's incoming. I want to see Ineos take action. But just the bit where he says, last season you can make sense of it. And, you know, that's the bit about, like, you ain't got patience. I hate when people, because we're like one of the most patient fan bases. We get accused of the ones being deluded, thinking that this is the manager's going to turn it around. Waiting too long. When all the other people are saying, look at these Wally Man United fans thinking that, like, Ollie's going to, like, you do realise that's not sustainable. Look at these Wally Man United fans who, you know, finished 3rd, now got Carabao Cup. They think they're back. Me there. Eric guy, you think that, you know, since that February when we won that Carabao Cup was never the same again. Look at these Wally Man United fans who've won the FA Cup but finished 8th. You can clearly see that guy's not the right guy. Look at these Wally United fans that saying, well, this guy's just got to get to the summer. He's got to get his players in. More time in the training pitch. We'll be fine. Hanging on in there. Now this happens. Look at these Wally Man United fans saying, oh, I got high XG and they played well against Arsenal in the first game. It's the same thing.
Or you beat Burnley late on, so now you now you're back. It's like, you know, and the thing is as well with it is, and I put myself in this because
I did. Like, I'm part of it. This is what I'm talking about, Macca. Yes,
like KG.
I said we.
KG's right. It's like because it's bad, we have to delude ourselves, don't we? Because you don't want to be negative, right? You don't want to be negative all the time and be like, this isn't getting better. This is shit. We're rubbish. Because after last season, when you've done your worst Premier League season ever, you finished 15th. You're like, just to get through it, you have to be like, well, I suppose it can only get better. But then you kind of have to sort of delude yourself going, oh, yeah, maybe we're not winning games, but it's getting better. And then, you know, you just have to eventually you have to just accept that it's not getting better. And Justin goes, oh, we've lost to City and Arsenal, chill out. But also we dropped points against Fulham. We've scraped past Burnley. Next up, we've got Chelsea. And we lost to Grimsby. You know, it's not getting better. And if we had this assumption last season of, yeah, but when we play these lesser teams, we'll win. Do I need to get the thing back up on the screen again? I mean, look, he's not. We're not beating anyone else.
How many times did you play City and Arsenal? Was that City and Arsenal every month? Was that?
We're not.
Did we play City and Arsenal in November, December, January, February, March, April, May, August? Did we? September.
Is that what I mean? We're not beating these other teams. Like it's just not happening. You know, we got to be honest with ourselves here. So Chelsea coming up.
And then, Fergie, this channel's turning into Talkshite 2.0. Well, you tell me the bit that we're talking that's shit. That's not true. Show me. Fergie, you put a chat in. You show me the bit here that's talking shit and isn't true and is made up for clicks and likes and whatnot. Show me. Come on.
Because these are real. Because these are real.
You show me the stats we've made up because we're talking shite, remember? So that means you've made it up. It's not real. It's not real life. You're just saying this because you don't like the manager. You show me where what we're saying is not true. You know? And that's the thing. This is the thing that you get. You get people who like really don't want to like discuss this properly. And that's fine. That's fine. But it just means that what's probably going to happen on this type of time is that we're not going to be aligned in our conversation. Like I'm going to struggle to have a conversation with you. I'll listen and, you know, I will hear, but I won't be able to accept what the other side is saying now because the evidence is too damning. Like it's so damning that it's like I'm seeing it visually laid out. And you know what I'm like? I'm more of an eye test person. I go off the feeling and what I see every week. I'm not great at the stats stuff. I'm not great at retaining the stats of like, it's 8 things for this. Because unless you do follow the stats, which a lot of people do in this space, there's a lot of great content creators. There's a lot of fans that are really good at the numbers side of it or remember the numbers and can keep ticking off each game. That's now no wins in this or that. I actually lose track of that. I don't know if it's because we do so many games or we're always making content every day. I can't explain it to you guys, but when I'm not on camera, it's kind of like the last thing you want to do is keep doing Man United. You have to live your life, right? So I'm probably less intact with these types of things. So that's why they probably shock me again. They get me again because it's like when you see the thing, it's like visual learning, isn't it? And like, you know, retaining information in your head or how you learn and stuff. When you visually see what's going on, even though you felt it, I felt it this whole time. But it actually, I know this is going to sound weird, yeah? But I didn't think it was as bad as visually that, if you get what I mean. Like, I know it's been rubbish because I can't remember last time we were good. But when I see like those wins and stuff and like it didn't feel like it was that bad. But it is. And when you're stuck in it, just going off it, sometimes every so often, you do need to see the numbers put in front of you because that stops you. That's where it does stop you from going, don't try and think like, oh, yeah, a bit of XG did well against Arsenal. That's like where I probably needed to, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing with the XG stuff. Again, if you want to cherry pick stats and stuff like that, let's pick the stats that matter. Like I've been saying it for months, Flex. We are hypothetical FC. If that goal had gone in, if that shot or if that one was on target, if Onana hadn't done this, if Maguire hadn't done that, if this player hadn't done this, or if we'd have only scored that one, or if that one wasn't ruled out offside. It's always if. It's never actually happened. And then when we do have the things that have actually happened, i.e. that, which is,
you know, thing that has happened.
That is actually happened, you know, we want to ignore that. And because like you said, we go, well, you know, we've had shots. You know, we're now cherry picking the league tables that we're top of. Well, we're top of XG. All right. Well, where are we? 14th in the league again. You know what I mean? It's getting worse. I'd be with it if, and someone said this to me yesterday on the full-time view, and it's so true. At least with, let's say, Eric Ten Hag, you did have, as much as it was like it's not sustainable and stuff like that, I could understand the opposite side of the argument when they would say, yeah, but look, he won a Carabao Cup or he won an FA Cup, because you can understand that's something to latch onto there, isn't it? They've actually done something. You go, well, okay.
That's why I wanted to carry on in May. I was like, nah, that's redemption.
That's something to hold on to and all that kind of stuff. As of now, there has been nothing to hold on to. There isn't. No. And if you want to say, oh, we got to the Europa League final in a competition, Spurs finished 17th when they got to that final, and they won the final.
And look how we got to it. We were fucking in cruise control against Lyon and nearly fucked it then against 10 men. Like, there's nothing to hold. There's nothing here positively to hold on to. And for all the chatter of, oh, it's getting better, and he's saying we're getting better. We're not. We're not getting better. We're not. That's the thing there.
Even if
we
you're
are a
saying
better
we're
team,
getting,
I'm more confident in this. We're not.
Yeah.
We're not.
Even if you know the thing of, you could say, well, we're not getting worse. What we are then is exactly the same as we were last season, but we're not getting better. You can say we're getting worse or we're not getting worse or blah blah blah, but the points prove it. The results prove it. It's the same or worse. But he's now had all of these excuses that were there before. Well, he came in mid-season. He didn't want to do that. Well, look, he's had a full preseason now. Well, he's not got some of his players in. Well, look, he got backed in the transfer market. Those excuses are gone. Like there's no defending it, is there? There is no defending it. It just isn't. It's not getting any better. We're exactly where we were after a full preseason, 1 game a week, got some of his players in. It's not working. It's clear to see it's not working. And now I think the pressure goes on to Ineos, because he's putting the pressure on them himself in these press conferences, going, look, if you want to change the 3-4-3 or you want to change Bruno in midfield, you're going to have to get rid of me, because I'm not going to change that. I'm not going to. No matter
what happens, no matter how many games I lose. So what? That's what I'm saying. So you're almost tempting Ineos, and people could say, "Oh, come on, he didn't mean it like that." We don't know what he means versus what he doesn't mean anymore. Like, those lines are blurred now. It's fair game for everyone to interpret what he says as you want to interpret it, whether that's a glass half full or a glass half empty, or, however you feel towards it. Because he's told us, like, kind of take what I say with a pinch of salt, 'cause sometimes I don't mean it. So your word of what you actually say to me, I don't know what it means. So I have to go off my feeling towards it. Because it's so up and down. And he's basically saying, like you said, he's putting the ball in their court. Like, the pictures of Sir Jim looking down at the thing like that, a penny for his thoughts. What are you thinking? Are you thinking, because let's have it right, yeah? When we've seen these Sir Jim interviews, like, he's quite scathing. He gives the impression that, he's not going to tolerate the bullshit. They've been pretty ruthless with some players, haven't they? 2 years, haven't made the cut, or we're doing this. And he name-checked a couple of players. We're still paying for them from thing, and they're not very good. And at the time, I do think Ruben's the right man. I do think, he's coming in. Okay, so you've given him that backing. But Sir Jim's no mug as well. I know people say you want to cuss him. But in terms of, like, watching us lose week in, week out, he's not gonna let that keep happening. There has to be a point, and people keep putting it up. It's now or never. They put up the next 4 games, or whatever it is, the Chelsea, Sunderland, Brentford, whatever. If you're on the wrong side of that, how do they continue?
And how can, and this is the other thing, this is what I was saying after the Grimsby game or what have you, how can you look again? I know I keep getting up on the screen, but how can you look at that and then go, all right, we're going to win our next 3 games? Like,
exactly.
You can't. That's there. You got that record, this record, and he's going, basically, if you want that to change, you have to change me, because I'm not going to change. This is going to continue. This is going to carry on. And it's just like, well, then it's done. It's over, isn't it? And now we're into this territory where we're like it was under Eric last season, where you feel like we're just going to be we're drifting towards the next international break, going, so we're going to make a decision at the next international break then? What are we doing? And for those that are like, wow, so you're just saying sack another manager. There have been plenty of managers in not even just recent history, but Manchester United history in general, right? And Premier League clubs that have been sacked for far less than Ruben Amorim's record at Manchester United. He has, let's be honest here, he has had a very, very good time of it in terms of backing from the club and backing from the fans, because a lot of other people would not be tolerated with this record. And I hold myself accountable here when it comes to this, yeah. And I'm not an advocate, clearly, for getting Gareth Southgate in and what have you. But this record, that record on the screen right there, that's what people, and myself included, thought it was going to look like if Gareth Southgate came in. If Gareth Southgate came in, that's what people thought it would look like. Winning one game a month.
And he'd be straight out for it as well. He'd be straight out the door.
Losing more games than you're winning or drawing combined. That's what people, myself included, thought Southgate would look like. Oh, it's going to look like we're going to be losing all the time. But we got Ruben in. We're doing the exact same thing, but this is all right.
And you know what, Owen? You know what?
It's not.
You know what? You know what, Owen? Oh, do you know what? D-Trizzy's beat me to it. I didn't even see that until I was about to say that. Owen, hear me out here. I'm not saying go and get Southgate. I'm not, because you'll shut the whole channel down, right? Because I know. Listen, but it wouldn't be this. I'm being honest. I actually don't think it would be this. He's not the answer. That's what I'm saying. A lot of managers, because look what we're talking about here on a Monday morning, of how Gareth Southgate would be better than this. He would actually come in, to his defense. He'd get the dressing room together. He can do that. He'd get them just, unified and, positive man management behind the scenes. That is one thing Gareth is good at. And then he'd just sort of play this 4-3-3 with some wingers.
It would be good.
Hobby would be playing.
It wouldn't be good to watch.
It wouldn't be great to watch, but like we'd get way more results than we've got.
But would we win more than one game a month?
Yes, we would. We would.
Would most managers? Would most coaches? You know what I mean?
Ironically, with someone like Gareth, we probably would still have Rashford. You know what I mean? He'd be playing high and wide on the left. I'm not saying these are good. I'm not saying go and do this.
First name on the team sheet.
It'd be Maguire and De Ligt, solid.
Play 5 right backs.
Like, it's mad. But like, cut a long story short, obviously do not go and get Gareth Southgate to get us out of this mess. But I'm just saying, I can confidently say now, in hindsight, Gareth wouldn't have us doing this. He would.
A lot wouldn't. I know Ruben.
And he's just won. Yeah.
I know Ruben Van Nistelrooy, it went terrible for him at Leicester. But with Ruud, when he was in the interim spell, he kind of saw it. We're just like, let's just keep it tight. Keep it compact. He was winning more he was winning more than one game a month. Ruben can't do it, So this is when you get into the territory. When you say, well, who would you get? Well, the answer is most people would be able to do better or more than what Ruben Amorim is doing at the moment. Most would. Fucking hell. Eric Ten Hag was doing more than Ruben Amorim was doing.
And that comes just off the basis of which some people could say, if this was earlier on with not as big a sample size, some people say, well, that's not a reason to not change it, though, because we want longevity. We want a system that works, But just off of not making this drastic a change to players who can't play it, just off that, you'd get... If me and you went in as manager and assistant manager and just played 4-3-3... Jesus Christ, yeah. 4-3-3/4-2-3-1, even 4-4-2, whatever it is, yeah. But something that's more conducive to the players we had. Just off of that, with me and you haven't even coached the Sunday League team between us, we would have got more points in this time. Forget training, forget like all this stuff. Just off them being pros, us keeping it basic and saying, right, don't get me wrong, we wouldn't probably improve of like from where Eric was to get better and stuff like that. But we wouldn't keep sliding down. We wouldn't.
You would see. You do. It's basically what Ollie did when he first came in, when he was in the interim, and he basically just went in, go out there, play your game, basically. You know what I mean? And it gets results. You know what I mean?
Hold on a second. Is that true? Is it DJ's birthday? Is it DJ's birthday? DJ, is it your birthday, brother? If it is, I don't see why someone's going to lie. Big up yourself on your birthday, bro. Sending maximum blessings and love to you, DJ, one of the most original members of this channel, man. I mean, he was here from day one, right back in the United Stand days as well. He was one of the first people that I ever interviewed when I used to do the United Stand Instagram lives. That's how I met DJ. He was one of the first people to ever come on. So blessings to you and your family, bro. Big up Mumsy as well. I know she's a big United fan. I know she's probably cussing right now as well. I know DJ's mum is a massive United fan. DJ will ring me and be like, my mum, man. She's saying, well, what's this going on? And what's this manager doing? This, that, and the other. So yeah, big up to you and yours, man, and the family. And I hope you're doing well, brother. Link up soon. Actually, let's get the Super Chiefs. Like,
we've got a million of them.
Yeah. That reminds me. Shane says that Ruben is low hanging fruit. Talk about Mbappe.
He struggled yesterday, didn't he? He struggled yesterday.
Yeah, he did. Robertinho says, big up Flex. You man are cheeks. Manny Blue hold. Yeah, Ben City fans in there. That's a rubbish City side as well. City fans, I saw, Boovy think we're going to lose off camera. He was like, oh man, not feeling this. I saw other City fans calling into the radio, and I was on TalkSport last Friday. Yeah, United probably do us. Like, we're just, Pep's making it too hard. He's dropping the right. They're honestly in a bad spot. Back to normal. Haaland back to the best player ever.
And even that, to be fair, we started the game. Like, remember the City giving it away? They couldn't pass it. And you were like, oh, Rodri's touch, is that? No, we just don't capitalise on that.
No,
of course not.
No, Tavra says if he goes now, we can still salvage something for the season. Top 6 can still be on, but a month from now, the table will take shape and it'll be too late. Agreed. Definitely, bro. 100%. TK says you should Ineos. Why should Ineos decide when they have shown they are incompetent with manager decisions? They sacked Erik ten Hag 12 months ago and now back in the same position. How do we know they'll get the decision next right? Not standing with Ruben Amorim.
That's
but their decision. I only say that because they're the only people that can change it. Exactly, what we're going to do? Take Ineos out and say, right, there's this new set of people. They make this. It's not that's.
Well, and also, I suppose the fear of getting it wrong shouldn't be enough to not do it. You know what I mean?
No, you know that when people say, so you want another manager sacked, so you just want to keep sacking managers? Yes, until we find the right one.
Yeah,
obviously, give them enough time, 18 months, that you should see something if they're not performing. Not like the first couple of losses, just kick them out.
No.
Again, this is a sustained. The only argument I have against that, which is just so annoying, is like people keep saying, "But who'd you get? You want to start another process?" And it's like, I hear you, but this isn't after a couple of games. This isn't knee jerk. We need to stop this thing that this is too soon. This is too significant a data trail. It's too it's too bad.
And also that thing of who'd you get? Do you make them an offer they can't refuse? Don't you? You know what I mean? If we're talking about people that are without a club, you can go to people that are at a club and just basically do what you did with Ruben and say, look, you're not coming now.
Exactly. Shit.
Yeah,
I haven't had a pre-season. Well, flipping Ange Postecoglou hasn't had a pre-season at Forest. Still took the job.
Yeah, managers have come in midway through the season and won Champions Leagues and what have you. So let's not go down that route. If you're a good coach, you should make a difference.
A good coach. That instantly, you should make a difference instantly. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You should be able to see things instantly. Not perfection.
It should be getting gradually better. It shouldn't be 12 months in, you go, we're exactly the same. If not,
you see nothing. Yeah, exactly. If anything, regression. Shout out D Trizzy, become the latest member of the UV family as well. Big up to you. Appreciate that. Member on match days, members. We had quite a few members come on yesterday on the match days. If you're thinking, what are the perks? D Trizzy's just become a member. Obviously, you get your UV raw content, which is behind the scenes stuff that goes on here at UV. You get your members perks in terms of your members chats and your priority chats. You get your badges and your symbols. But probably not most importantly, it depends on what you think. But one of the best perks, I think, is being able to call in on the show and chat with us on match days. We're live for over 4 hours, pushing 5 and a bit hours now. Before, during, and after the game, you can call in, have your say. It's your show. You don't just have to sit back and listen to our opinions. You can challenge them, you can agree with them, you can oppose them, etc., etc. So D Trizzy, the latest member. And remember, if you are thinking of joining the membership, that is what you get. And shout out to all the members who have stuck by the channel as well. All Elite says Ruben's Premier League record: 31 games, 8 wins, 7 draws, 16 losses, 31 points. What? Yeah. It's a fact. It's a fact, as Benitez said once. D says, suffering more than me, Mr. Ruben. Most of us only have good performances to hold on to. We don't drive home with £1 million salary comfort. And I listen, I know, again, you say he's an emotional character and no one's suffering more than me. I feel it more than them.
People off that comment.
How can you tell people that, listen, I know that game was in Manchester yesterday, so a lot of the guys were local, so fair enough. But following Man United all the way around the world, paying for your season ticket every year, £600, £700, £800 plus, fuel, buying your kids the kits or doing whatever you're doing, supporting this team.
People waking up at all hours of the time of internationally to watch these games and what have you, and
you're telling them I'm feeling it more than you. On X amount, you're on so much money. You say, don't you worry about paying me off if I leave.
I'm suffering more than you.
You have to be careful with your words, bro. I just don't get it. And then again, someone could see, but that's just his passion. You feel like that at work, don't you? You feel like you care more than most. That's just Come on, people, wake up.
It's like I say it a lot, you know, when we get into that stage where you win and people saying you're not celebrating enough, or you win and you're not happy, or you lose and people saying you're happy. Like, you can't really be telling people how they're feeling or what they're thinking. And when the Man United manager sort of going, well, it's worse for me than it is for you. You go, well, you can't really tell anyone that, can you? You know what I mean? You don't know. You know, some people's lives as this club. You know what I mean? Or like I said,
what he should have said is, I can understand. Believe me, I can understand how much this hurts the fans.
We're all suffering, you know what I mean, or something like that. But
you
more
can't say you're feeling it more than the fans.
No,
bro. And again, I'm surprised how much that was. Big up to you, D, because I was going to bring that up later. I'm surprised how much that's been overlooked. You know, like, I think because he said a bigger thing of like, back me or sack me, essentially. You know, so you have to, because he said that, it probably overshadowed this one, because that would have been, Ruben says he's feeling more pain than the fans. Like, you're giving, when you said the Woody thing, it's like you're giving up lines all the time. Yeah. And this isn't even something where, again, you know what we like to do, because more than half the time, hated, adored, never ignored, media always out to get us, you know, this, that, and the other. Now it's like, bro, it's just fair game. It's just fair game with what the manager's saying, and most importantly, how we're performing. What people are saying about us is not the whole just hating on Man United because you want us to be shit. No, it's like, it's true, bro. Yeah, we're shit. And the managers in the press conference talking rubbish, confusing us. He's saying he won't change his principles, but he's losing every game. So
he threatens to walk every other game.
Threatens to walk, then wants to stay 20 years. Like, what? It's a lot. It's a joke. It's a joke, bro.
It really is. It's ridiculous. If it was an opposition club that was like this, we'd be merciless.
We'd have a field day. If this was Arteta, mate, Arteta puts on the music. Is it playing at Anfield? You're gonna, here's a light bulb. You plug the light bulb in.
Or Conte's going, this is the Tottenham, and he's doing this kind of stuff. That was when they were like, was it like 6th, 14th? Conte would like ripped his hair out, got a new transplant at this point. Are you kidding me?
Arnie Slot signed for the thing, and the first picture he took was like this.
Like this, yeah. Do you know how good you have to be to get over that? That doesn't get brought up that much. He went, well,
never gets. It gets brought up in the positive.
He did that picture and basically went, well, I can't lose after this because that's going to be everywhere. So I've got to make sure I basically
go invincible.
win the league.
4 out of 4, maximum points.
Yeah.
Like this.
Oh, my God.
We're cooked, bro. We're finished.
But Ruben, you know, he's got style. So, you know.
And I fell for it, bro. And when I said talk about feel for it, you're better than this. I'm just telling you how I feel. I immediately thought he's a wicked man. Look at my manager. I'm so happy. Look, looks
young
wicked,
guy.
Sounds good. Good-looking guy. Got the wicked clothes. Yeah, man. He's been at Sporting, built a dynasty there. Look how good they play. The poet. I bought into all of it. So I'm just self-reflecting, to be honest with it. You see me, I got no problem doing that shit. People see that as, but you said this before. Okay, the flip-flop thing. I don't care. I'm so big on like going, got that wrong, mate. Some people have a real problem doing that because they want to be wrong and strong or whatever. I couldn't care less. I don't do this to be like, I told you all. You should have listened to me. I'm the oracle. I'm the leader of this thing. I know it. I don't know nothing. I'm a fan that goes to the games and watches the games like all of you. I'm on no pedestal, bro.
That's what Ineos are like now. Are they going to be bold enough to put their hands up and go, look, got it wrong. We've got to find someone else. Or are they going to be, like you said, wrong and strong and be like, no, it's going to work. It's going to work. We've made some shitty decisions, you know, because at this point now, it's like, how many decisions have they got wrong? People are right to be looking at Ineos, not in terms of like investment. They've invested. Sir Jim's put his hand in his pocket for Carrington and, you know, they've tried. But just because you've tried, that still doesn't mean that it's good enough. You know, exactly. I can try to run a marathon right now. I won't be able to do it, but I try.
Also, you can question what his trying looks like, because you say he's tried, but what has he tried? He's only tried the same thing over and over again. So really, have you? If we're being honest, I like his action. I like how he speaks. I like him as a man, as a person, as a character. But actually, when you think of it, in terms of your job description to find solutions, you're not very good at your job. Yeah. If I'm marking your job, if we were doing a performance management meeting, Owen, and you was like, I was like, right, Owen, these streams kept breaking and like there was no fun. The shows weren't. Yeah, I know, but I do it this way on the computer. Basically, is where I get this program and this is how I do it.
Flex. with this whole thing, with the streams breaking and no thumbnails or whatever, that's how I do it. Okay. So if you want that to change, if you want that to change and you want it to work properly, then you have to get rid of me. And then your natural reaction would be, all right,
bye.
Then you can go. Because we're having this meeting about it not being good. So
I'm gonna get someone in that when there's issues with what we're trying to achieve here at United View, whether that's titles or YouTube's bugging out or the thing, I'm gonna get someone who's adaptable and can find a way. That's what I'm gonna do. Not the guy tells me, well, I only use Final Cut Pro, so sorry, I don't know what you want me to do.
It's just, it's just that's all it is. But actually, in reality, it's just all that. That's all it is. It goes.
That's it.
You go. Ruben Amorim 3-4-3. Bruno midfield. It's all errors. Yeah, it's all it is. Constant.
It's mad. Show says Ineos have shown they're incompetent. Kept Eric Ten Hag when the decision was clear. Amorim was even worse, and they kept him. Would Vita Pereira have survived at Wolves with a 22% win percentage? With 22% win?
No one would.
No, it wouldn't. Where was that? Sorry, there's so many here, and I've messed up the order. There you go. Show right here. You go. Shane, rival said bun the striker and buy a central midfielder. You said no. Well, what I said is that we needed both. I was saying, did we need 2 10s? Definitely needed a striker as well. So could you have got one of those 10s and got a central midfielder? That was the. That's all right.
We've got Bruno midfield.
There you go. The manager made the decision. I need Bruno to stay. And I don't need him to stay because he's our best attacker and I need you to keep doing what you're doing. I need you to stay because I need to put you in central midfield. That's my new plan for you. Aminal says, we owe Joe Blackman and KG an apology. They said it. What did they say? What was what they said?
I think a lot of people said, I think about Ruben out or what have you?
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah. Ray Carl Brown says has become the latest UV. I thought you was a member. I thought he's already a member.
Sometimes it's a new card or something like that. Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. Big up to you, Ray. Long time supporter of the channel. Always appreciative. Catch the Deal says it's really bad. Just sack him. Bring Ollie as interim. Ray says negative goal difference again after 4 games. Rubbish. Oh yeah, negative goal. That's it, Ray. Just the cycle continues. Robertino says man like Ben Shish Kebab. Kinder and Bumo and Doku from Timo, big up Owen and shout out Flex. You man are sausages. It's peak.
Can't even really reply.
Can't say nothing.
Just got to take
Can't say nothing. Just got to take it, bro. But remember the manager's feeling it more than us, so don't worry. Liam Kerr says, I'm finally done. We have players now. Give us Yoro and Delit as centre back with an extra man, Cobby in midfield, just for 90 minutes. Just let us see it. Well, not going to happen because the manager's saying no. D. Tuesday says all of a sudden Southgate seems reasonable, which I touched on a little bit earlier. Eminem says Ollie's final month was bad. He gave us 2 seasons of hope. Imperfect but platform players despite being unbalanced. Ruben Amorim won't change as it's an ego thing. And Terence Pace says I defended Ruben Amorim, not anymore, and asked for forgiveness for that. I've become numb watching our games. Even when we win, there's just nothing to celebrate. And DJ says Amorim won't change. He is the meaning of insanity. OA says, would you take Nuno or Glasner?
Take a lot of people, mate.
Yeah, you take a lot. When it's this bad,
take a lot of people.
Yeah, that's the next thing now. I'll be honest. I don't know what the right move. I don't know who is like. No, I get him. He'll have us. He'll do this. I saw someone say yesterday. I can't remember who it was on X, but they were like, when Ruben leaves or if he leaves or whatever, I don't want any manager of a small club. Just go and get me Conte, like someone of a big club who just knows. Or go and get me. Yeah, I know people go, no, go back and come back. All of this stuff, but he was sort of saying that I don't want someone who just on the up or this, that, and the other, and all of this.
Well,
stuff.
thankfully, I don't think. I mean, people are saying Glasner. I think maybe because of the back 3 stuff, and also because he's done well. But I think also it's a case
different
of
at Palace, man.
I don't give a shit about the systems or whatever because we've got players that can play in either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we do.
So just go and find who's the best person for the job. Don't be like, we play a back 3, so we've got to find a back 3 manager now.
No.
We can't be doing that. Just very quickly before you move on to the next super chat, Fleck. A bit of an update here this morning coming from Samuel Luckhurst of the Manchester Evening News, saying that Ruben Amorim, unsurprisingly, retains the support of the Manchester United hierarchy, but those who know him find it, quote, incredible his role is seemingly not under threat. Because even they are kind of going, I cannot believe when you're the worst manager since the Second World War at Manchester United, how are you not under threat, basically? Even they're
laughing.
Even they're going, I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm still in the job. I can't. Maybe that's kind of the grand plan. Ruben's like, I'm trying to get them to shit can me, but they won't. They won't. Oh my God. Even they know. Ruben knows, like, even when he's asking the press conferences, like he said it last season, didn't he? When he's like, yeah, I know you got to get results, didn't you?
I'm not defending myself. Like, I'm not going
to. He literally said a press conference, went, I can't give you any evidence to show that it's going to come good because we're not winning in games. So I can't really.
And like you said, all elite says there, let's get it right. It's Amorim who can't believe his job is not under threat as well. 100%. Especially with some of the things he said in public as well. Let alone the result.
Yeah, he literally went in the press conference yesterday, went, I'm not going to, all of this ain't changing unless you get rid of me. And Ineos went, that's fine.
I just don't see where people are looking at where this thing's going to happen. Like, you know, the click,
yeah,
you know, that slide, what they call it, sliding doors moment. That bit where you go, that win was the day. That, because like I think Terence Pacer said it a minute ago. So true. Even when we win, you never really get that sense of like, right, I tell you what. And even though we try and do it, because we beat Burnley in the manner that we did. And we go, you know what? You've got to be a fan still, because it is still early. This means so much to me. I tell you what, Manchester Derby, go and give them 3 losses in a row. Put the pressure on them. And if we do that, do you know what? Think that could be the start. In the road trip, I said the season starts now.
Yeah, it's over.
It's over already. That's what I'm saying. So people use that as a stick to beat you with. Go, well, you said we were going to win. You said, yeah, that's the fan in me. I did believe we was going to win. I'm allowed to do that. I probably won't do that now for a long time this season. Now, but we get in it. We get those things when your confidence gets knocked back. You don't do it, innit? It's like anything. No. Right. Yeah. So at the beginning, I was like, you know what, Flex, people are a bit right. Don't be that miserable that you lost against, that you beat Burnley in that manner. Because I'll be honest, I said it, didn't I? I was like, I was in the stadium. I was at the front row.
You got away with that one, yeah.
And you get called, you're the problem with the fifth. You just negative. We've won a game and you're still. And I went, you know what, Flex? Maybe they're just focus on the fact you won, bro. Like, you need to get points in the bag, which I still said in the thing. I was like, listen, at the end of the day, we had chances. Should have been easier. At least we still won. But, you know, giving it all this and getting in Jaden Anthony's face and going, come on. And I was just like, Man United, man. But okay, look, we're not the old of Man United. So let's just do that. So then I take that and I go, you know what? People are right, actually. You know, City are there for the take. We'll beat them large. Come on. Well, I'm not scared. We can get at these. But also, I said in the same breath, but if you give them easy chances, if you don't turn up, you get beat. And that's exactly what we did. It's exactly what we did. So, right, guys, I'm going to have to exit the show. Big up to each and every single one of you.
Yes, I will finish off these super chats whilst you depart.
Yes. Take care. All right, people. Yeah. Big up.
Big up, Flex. Flex is out of here. You're stuck with me. Where are we at with the super chats? Where did Flex get to? I've defended that one. He's reasonable. I think it was this. Liam says, it's been 37 months, says, I'm finally done. We have players now. Give us Euro and Delict at centre-back with an extra man, Cobby in midfield, just for 90 minutes. Let's just see it. I didn't help yesterday. Cobby came on and actually did all right, didn't he? But, yeah. D. Trizzy says, all of a sudden, Southgate seems reasonable. And do you know what it is? With stuff like that, like I said earlier on, it's not like I want Gareth Southgate in. I don't. I really don't. really don't. But for what we are seeing at the moment, I keep bringing up on the screen this morning, this and this, that's what people thought Southgate was going to be. That's what I thought Southgate was going to be. Southgate will come in and he'll be the worst Man United manager ever. It's going to be all timer shit. And we literally swap out the names, isn't it? That's what Ruben Amorim's done. And if it was any other coach, would he be getting the leeway that Ruben Amorim's getting? The answer is no. Like, well, most managers wouldn't. Like, it's just ridiculous. Eminem says, Ollie's final month was bad. He gave us 2 seasons of hope. Imperfect, but platform players. Despite being unbalanced, Ruben Amorim won't change as it's an ego thing. Terrence says, I defended Ruben Amorim, not anymore, and ask for forgiveness for that. I've become numb watching our games. Even when we win, there's just nothing to celebrate. And that's kind of what Flex was mentioning about, what's kind of on the horizon. And because we've never won back-to-back games, you still doubt there's this even one win is going to be built upon. Just when we've won one game against Burnley and we go, right, City next, back-to-back Premier League games. No, it's not going to happen. DJ, big up DJ, happy birthday, says, Amorim won't change. He is the meaning of insanity. Away says, would you take Nuno or Glasner? We spoke of that one, I think. Amorim has done more Sky interviews than points, says Amanor. Reba says, why should we change the system? Will you do that still if Maino didn't play? We'll be asking for the system to play if Cobby still didn't play. Yeah, because it's not working. It's just it's not working. They're not. Those things aren't working at all. So Ryan says the PR bubble has truly burst. Nothing is new. You ran cover for this very thing, and we told you so. Welcome to reality, I guess. Well, you were right, Sir Ryan. Even if you were right, I can't remember. DJ says my birthday today. Need to be on the full view. I've got ish to say. I think there's gonna be a full view Wednesday. I think there is. And happy birthday once again. O Silva says, in my opinion, Amorim is the worst in Premier League history. Wow, look. He's the worst since the Second World War. So that's definitely worst. And also as well, in terms of worst United managers, look, it's our worst start in a Premier League season since the very first one. It doesn't get much worse than that, does it? Like Mike says, Goldbridge said yesterday 6 times, if we blame the system, we are low IQ, that the system is not an issue. We spoke about this yesterday on the Match View, that particularly with the evidence that is out there. I remember we were talking about this a few weeks ago, weren't we? When, I shouldn't be shocked by this, but if you're particularly stuff about football, if you're sort of debating a point and you say, I don't think this is right because X, Y, Z, and this is what I think the moment you start going into like the insults or talking down to people, I think that's when you kind of lose people. You know what I mean? So if someone, for instance, is in the chat today and is like, I still don't think, you should sack Ruben because this, and this. I don't think you can then be like, you're low IQ. It's their opinion. I don't think it's right. And I think there's a lot of evidence to suggest that it's not right. But I don't think you can be like, it's low IQ, because then it can prevent people from wanting to share their opinions, because, if I share my opinion and it's different, does that mean I'm going to get talked down to? That doesn't seem very fair, does it? So if people are still backing Amorim, I don't think that's low IQ. I would say look at the evidence, to suggest that. Yeah, I don't think it's a low IQ thing. Yeah. D says the system works. Just imagine Bruno in place of Ahmad yesterday and Kobbie Mainoo taking up the midfield. The first 2 goals wouldn't happen. Steffi says, let's have a DJ and Owen show back. Well, maybe. Got to get it on the schedule. Team Nathan's been a member for 38 months, says 3 or 4 wins change what the season can be. But in order for that to happen, he's got to go. We can right the wrongs if Ineos act now. Garnacho to end it. A lot of people are saying that, aren't they? A lot of people are saying that next week, going Garnacho at Old Trafford. And it's amazing, again, how results change things, because in the, going into the game yesterday, it's, we City there for the take and we can beat them. And look at Chelsea. They drew a Brentford at the weekend. We can get something out of them. Now it's like, well, even Chelsea that drew to Brentford, they're still better than us. And Ruben's got to win a game. Maybe that's going to be the one game we win in September is against Chelsea, maybe. AKA says, I think he means there are serious issues in the background, or like he's referring to. MJ says, you tried to flex on others with the Eric Ten Hag FA Cup win. Was that related to Flex? I'm not sure. And Schmeikey says he's got to go blood. Have I still got that on the is it this one?
He has to go blood. He has to go blood.
Yeah. Maybe I press it one more time.
He has to go blood. He has to go blood.
It's a classic, isn't it? It's a classic. But there you go, guys. Where do we end up in terms of likes? We are 19 likes away from 500. We didn't really push, did we? We still got over 1,800 people watching at the moment. So if you haven't already, click the like button. Let's see if we can get to 500, 750, and be sure to subscribe. You can see right there, over 205,000 on the road to 250,000. AKA says, there's a reason Goldbridge have a huge following. He talks sense. Well, look, again, it's not even it's not a knock or anything like that at all. It's not like at all. A lot of people, in terms of content creation in this space, this is what I always find quite humorous when people say, you know, I'm leaving forever and I'm never coming back. I don't like what you've had to say. There are so many people to watch. I mean, this is YouTube, right? This is YouTube. Everyone does great work. Everyone's got their own opinions. You know, we're all fans. And that's it. So, you know, it's not really, it's not an insult or anything like that at all. Certainly, I never see it like that. I don't see it as a, you know, don't go watch this, don't do this, don't do that. All right, cool. You know, it's more just, I think we're all fans at the end of the day, aren't we? And even if you're not a Man United fan, you're a football fan and you've got an opinion on things. And I think if you've got an opinion on something, you should be able to share it without this fear of I'm going to get, you know, I'm going to get looked down on, or I'm going to get, you know, sort of told I'm an idiot, because that's never fun, is it? Yeah. So there you go, guys. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe. We'll be back tonight, 7 p.m. Red carpet. It's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one, folks. A lot of opinion, a lot to say, and I wonder what we'll be talking about. We shall see. Anyway, guys, try not to let football ruin your Monday, and I'll be back. We'll all be back later on. Peace.